Why I felt the need to actually break it down into, you actually have psychological needs.
Yes.
There's a client who asked me, so how can I know if I'm okay if I don't even know what's the threshold,
Wow,
like
that's a
for
good
being
question.
okay? Yeah, because tunaambiwanga if you're kama unataka kupima pressure, diabetes, all these things, you're given a criteria of symptoms, like ukisikia hivi, if you feel like you have a headache, you know, like before you go to the doctor, there are some symptoms you feel.
Yes.
So the same thing. How to know if you're okay or not? You can actually gauge yourself by your psychological needs. So people assume that you just need food, shelter, clothing to be okay, you know, and that common phrase that bora uko na chakula, you know, bora uko na mahali pa kulala, like you shouldn't be stressing about. But how we were created, we have a mind as well. Yes, and your mind is not something that is tangible. It's more virtual. So meaning it's more complicated. I don't know why people really underestimate the power of your mind.
Yeah, actually, they say the brain is a muscle.
Yes.
Yeah, the biggest muscle in your body. Yeah, it's true. It's very underestimated.
Exactly. And there's a reason as to why your brain is at the very top of your head. Because everything flows from it. You know, we assume that the most important thing is, you know, other organs and all that. But everything flows from the top of your mind. So it means the influence that it has over your body, over your functioning, it's great. So it's not something to underestimate. So the same way you have physical needs, like you want to eat, to drink, you also have psychological needs. And it's not at some people specifically, ama watu wamesoma, or sijui people with a certain, no, everyone, even that kid has psychological needs, depending on the stage they are.
It's good to bring that out because I mean, kids are so underrated. Anyway, that's a topic for another day.
And I don't know why we look at kids like maybe just to divert kidogo. People assume that kids are dumb or like they're stupid.
Exactly.
Or they are weak. But funny thing, kids are very resilient. You'd be surprised even more than you. Like you see like how kids can play and then mtu agongwe. The next minute wamerudi back kucheza. Yani for kids the world is so simple. So they're very resilient. So anyway, back to our psychological needs. So everyone has these needs. So it's not a matter of picking or choosing or a matter of privilege. Everyone in the world that is created by God has these needs. So one need, maybe I can just try and analyze them, the needs. So the first need is a need to feel safe and secure. I know people might interpret this for like actually having shelter. But you can actually be living in a very big house. But you don't feel like you're safe with the people you're living with. You know, you don't feel safe like within yourself, what is happening. You're not secure with your relationships and the people around you.
So it's not just about locking your gate.
No.
It's more than that.
Safety and security.
Feeling safe.
It's more of a state of mind sometimes. Because you can be somewhere but you're not feeling like you're present in that moment or you're safe within where you are. So there's a need to feel safe and secure. Then the second need is a need to give and receive attention. That is an actual need.
Really?
Hakunanga kitu kama attention seeking and sijui. Of course some people take it to extreme lengths, but it's a valid need to want to receive attention and to give attention.
So it's cloud chasing.
Okay, now cloud chasing, it's for the people who've taken it to extreme lengths. They've gotten addicted to that high of receiving attention. So
it started out like a need. Then it went overboard.
Maybe for them it's a need that wasn't being met. So when they finally discovered a way that, I can do this and people will give me attention, now they take it overboard.
I get it. We get it.
But it's an actual need. It's you feel good to know that someone recognizes you, your existence and things like those. And even giving attention to someone, you also feel good doing that because you're connecting with the person. So it's an actual need to give and receive attention.
Nice.
So now, opposite from that is a need to have privacy and to have time to reflect privately. Sometimes you just want to be yourself, to be you, you know, like be in your space.
I personally love my space.
You do.
Yeah.
To you know, have that quiet time for yourself and do the things you want to do.
Yes.
You know, buy for yourself what you want to buy, like not feeling like you're being controlled so much by someone. Yeah. So that need for privacy. There's some there's some people who don't have that. Yeah, they feel like everyone is so much in their space, you know, dictating their decisions. Like you do this course, you go here, you live here, so you don't feel like you can be yourself privately.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you talk about the need for privacy, I tend to think like, you see this age bracket, the teenagehood, and when kids are, you know, they're trying to find self-awareness and who they really are, a lot of parents have not gotten the balance. Like, where is the boundary line for privacy and getting a hold of this child and letting them be? So, as in, I think that is what leads to rebellion, I guess, when now their need for privacy is not met. But it's actually a very thin line.
It's true
if you look at it,
and it's very common with teens and parents. Like that stage for adolescents, kwenda juu. You know, it's also a very confusing stage for the adolescent, because unaambiwa we si mtoto, at the same time we si adult. So it's like you're not a full grown up and you're not a kid. Acha kuwa mtoto, and then you're being told, wewe unafaa kufikiria kama mtu mkubwa. So it's like they're also confused, because it's like, so I'm not a kid, I'm not an adult.
Where am I?
So where am I? So that's why most of them really struggle, because they're trying to identify with something, but they can't relate. It's like they're floating. And then at that stage, they are seeking some independence from the parents. So unapata the people who will influence their life the most is their peers. So unapata their role models go from being their parents to now
those surrounding them.
So that's why you find they have a lot of influence among each other. Like wana ku-influence kujaribu hii, ukiona huyu amevaa earrings mpya,
you want to try the same thing. So it's like a battle of control.
Exactly.
I think now I have understood more that the privacy is actually a need. Yes.
Even for kids. Sometimes kids just want to be themselves and do their own thing, not feeling like mom is always there in my mind, in my face,
being
telling
mother hen. It's toxic. Anyway, it's good I've said toxic. Now that brings me to another question. I've seen so many people using certain psychological words or words revolving about mental health anyhow, even on the simplest matter. Okay, you find someone has woken up, they dressed up, they were in the car, they spilled coffee on themselves, and they're like, Aki, I spilled coffee on my suit, I was so depressed. Then another one is like, so and so is so toxic. Then another one is like, oh my god, I was so traumatized. You know, people, I tend to feel people have really misused some of these words. Maybe you can tell us some of the things that people have abused in that space, the words, you know, like especially the way people say I'm depressed. You know, what does it take to actually be depressed? Okay,
so now as human beings we have that downside for ukijua kitu sasa, now you take it to extreme length. So you find that there's been that awareness being brought to us about mental health, depression, like that very many talks on stress management, mental health awareness. So you find that people just pick what they've had and they try and relate it to everything else or to everyone else. So ukifanya kitu kidogo, oh that's toxic, or you're toxic, or oh you're depressed. But they don't know that the same thing to like OCD. Just because you love cleanliness and you know, like a clean space. Like I mean, on OCD.
I'm guilty of that. I used to say that.
So we just take bits of facts and then now we try and relate it to everything. But the truth is, for you to make an actual diagnosis, there's a whole procedure to it. Like the same way you can go visit a doctor, akwambie enda try upimwe hii ufanyiwe hii. Doctor just can't look at you and tell you wewe vile nakuona uko na diabetes.
No, they can't do that.
So I don't know why we expect that we can also do that psychologically. Like you just analyze someone from one thing you've seen and you're like, this is that.
So you're gonna depressions.
Depressions.
I've had that a lot. Any small thing, we are gonna depressions. I don't know why people say depressions as in anyway. So like you've mentioned something very important. You can't just diagnose these things by looking at somebody or because someone had a tantrum or a meltdown, you say, oh, they are depressed or they are traumatized or they're going through what they are toxic or they are toxic. So how do you get to diagnose these things? You do counseling. Yes. In fact, so many people think counseling is just vibing, you know. Yes, please paint it out for us. Like, what is really counseling? What does counseling involve? What are the steps that people go through in counseling?
So let me start with what you've asked about the diagnosis. As I said, it's a whole procedure. The same thing as I said, like you go to the hospital, you're taken from here to there, test results, this and this. So when you come to us, like you say you have a problem and you want to know what it is. There's a whole process that you go through. We usually call it the history taking process and the mental status examination. Like there are things that we have set in place for us to analyze what you're actually suffering from. You know. Yes. So for a diagnosis, for example, let me take a personality disorder, which is very commonly abused or like thrown everywhere, which is narcissism. Like ever since people discovered there's something like narcissistic, someone just acts weird kidogo, oh, you're a narcissist, and something for like a personality disorder, it has a criteria, like you first need to be a certain age for you to be diagnosed with like a personality disorder.
Oh, really?
Yes, the onset it can start earlier, but for you to actually diagnose someone with a personality disorder, they need to be 18 years and above.
Oh, good.
So you find someone is 15, mnaambiana wewe ni narcissist.
Oh,
so you see there's nothing like that. Because something, for you to really say something is a fact, it needs to be observed over time, a certain period of time. So different disorders have like a certain period of time for you to observe.
Which is like, let's say, and it's good you mentioned about personality disorders. And what is like a stipulated time you can say it's needed to observe before diagnosing somebody with a disorder?
I'd say for you to really be sure, something that has persisted, let's say to up to 6 months.
6 months.
3 to 6 months there.
Yes.
That's when you can start saying, hey, now this thing is a problem. Because sometimes you can just be sad for a day or like 2 days, or even a week. But in Asia. But then if the first week comes, the second week, third week, fourth week, fifth, 2 months, 3 months, now 6 months.
There's a problem. Then there's a cry for help. Wow, Joy, you are really helping us. I'm also learning as we talk. And I'm so glad that you have really debunked, especially the myths and the need for, getting checked up. What mental health is. Mental health in itself is not a problem. I'm so glad you've told us all about that, the misconceptions, and I pray that we shall be able to expound. My heart is really like where mothers are, teenagers, kids. Joy, as we finish, there are 2 very important questions that I would love you to answer us. One, please define for us like what counseling is. Since you have told us what it's not, we'd love to know what counseling is.
So I think I'd first like to start with what counseling is not.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
because that way we'll go ruling out.
Yeah.
And then by the time I'm finishing, I can
we understand the whole picture.
Yes.
That's okay. That's fine.
Yes. So one, counseling is not just a social talk. Yes, because people assume it's a place where you just go, mnapiga story, you just vent out, say how your day has been.
Yes.
Counseling is not a social talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a very helpful therapeutic relationship. Yes, that you have between you and your counselor.
Yeah.
And it's not that your counselor is not the expert or the person who doesn't have problems. That they are these superior beings that have all your answers. Or they can read your mind and see what you're thinking
actually,
about.
most people see a counseling psychologist like, I don't know, psychics or something like.
Exactly.
I can read your mind, or they are prophets.
Counselors are not mediums or not all those things.
It's good to clarify. There are people who do not go for counseling because they think, if I sit there, this person is just going to read my mind. Have you ever gotten questions like, what am I thinking right now?
A lot. Right from when I was practicing in school up to now, people still ask me, so you can see what I'm thinking or you can hear my thoughts, and I'm like, no, we don't do that.
It's good to clarify. So they need to really understand what counseling really is. So you said it's more of a therapeutic talk with a professional, right? Since you're a professional, people come to you and they give you their issues and you're able to diagnose.
Yes.
The same way you can be prescribed for medicine.
So as a counselor, I'm just but a mirror to you.
Okay.
It's like you're coming to me.
I like that.
But looking at yourself from my perspective. So it's like I'm just showing you.
Nice.
But now with a different perspective, or like the blind spots that you're not seeing about yourself, I can be able to now tell you, let's do. So it's a working relationship. It's not like a transactional. Ati unakuja kwangu and I'm giving you all the solutions, and actually we don't give solutions. Yes,
that's good.
We don't give solutions because I can tell you, Faith, go do this, and then you go try it. What if it doesn't work? You come and blame me and say, yule counselor aliniambia nifanye hivi. So we don't dictate what you should do. We just guide you. You tell me what you feel, what you want. Then we see, okay, what's the best route we can take for you to achieve this.
Okay, that's really good. And so many people don't know the difference between a psychologist, a psychiatrist. Please make it clear for us.
So let me start with a psychiatrist.
Yes.
So a psychiatrist, yes, is in this line of mental health.
Yeah.
But then for a psychiatrist, they need to also do medicine first. So they're more inclined to the medicine world because they actually prescribe medicine.
Oh, nice.
So they need to know, by the time I'm prescribing this and this dosage, they need to have that background of medicine. Yes. So, but they do have the knowledge of what we do have as counselors, as psychologists, which is how to diagnose a client, how to do history taking and all those things. They have that knowledge. But now the difference for the psychologist or any, they're psychologists, they're counseling psychologists, therapists, whatever they'll call themselves. We can't do prescriptions.
Oh.
Yes.
So that's where the difference comes in.
That's where the difference comes in.
Oh, nice.
For them, they're more clinical inclined.
Yes.
Yes. So actually, psychiatrists and clinical psychologists work hand in hand.
Oh.
Yes. But
so they have to really study about medicine.
Yes. But for clinical psychologists, it's more of the diagnosis aspect.
Okay.
Yes. They need to be very keen on this is what you need for me to diagnose you with this.
So it's a working relationship, like you two have to work together.
Yes.
The psychiatrist and the counseling psychologist.
Because you might notice an issue in a client as a psychotherapist. I see that this is not my part. I need help to manage this client. So I'll refer that client to a psychiatrist. For the psychiatrist to help me diagnose that client if I'm stuck with a diagnosis or if I'm confused between two. Because sometimes there's a thin line. Sometimes a client can manifest with symptoms that are so close to another. So we come in with the psychiatrist and say, okay, what can this be? Then now the psychiatrist will come in and say, okay, let's prescribe this for this client, then manage him or her with psychotherapy for this and that. So we really work together a lot.
That is so informative. At least you have brought out the differences very well.
Yeah.
And you finished on a very high note. I'm so happy and I'm so glad. And we hope to have you again and again. Yeah, so thank you, Joy, for being here and for enlightening us. Guys, that was such an amazing session. And I'm praying we'll have more and more of this. And having seen how wide mental health is and so many myths around mental health, you know, people thinking it's just madness. There's so much to learn and we're here for it. And we are hoping in future to be able to look at, you know, the nitty-gritties of mental health. Hopefully we'll discuss about personality disorders very soon. So guys, you are free to click that subscribe button, the notification bell, share with somebody, your family members, your church members, people you know who this information will really be helpful to. So that's it from me. See you again on another episode of Heal Your Mind. Bye-bye.